everything we know about The Passion of the Christ 2. Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ 2 is finally becoming a reality. Here is everything we know about the film and its surprising plot and its stars. What's going on out there, everyone? This is W.F.S, your doctor. And today we're going to talk about The Passion of the Christ 2 and how it looks like finally we are going to get a sequel to the 2004 The Passion of the Christ. Before we go into this article, if you could do me a favor, if you like the article, if you like the video that I'm producing here today, if you could click that like button, and also if you have comments, please pass them along. I would love to hear them, and I try to get back to them. Anyone who's commented, I try to get back as fast as I can. And if you feel like you want to, please subscribe to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. And now, let's get on with the video. Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ 2 is indeed happening, but the sequel looks set to be a lot more controversial. In 2004, Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ took the world by storm. The film was of particular appeal to the American evangelical, and it was a successful film in many international markets as well, with Christians across the world embracing the R-rated epic. Principally inspired by the Gospel of John, The Passion of the Christ also incorporated a number of Catholic traditions and even the vision of Anne Catherine Emmerich from 1774 to 1824. Its release became particularly controversial, however, due to charges of anti-Semitism, not helped by Mel Gibson's own personal controversy. After years of rumors, there have been reports that The Passion of the Christ 2 is to begin filming in September of 23. Star Jim Caviezel confirmed that the script has been completed in September of 20 and claimed it would be the biggest film in the world history. Gibson has worked with his frequent collaborator Randall Wallace on the script, with Wallace acknowledging the interest in a sequel. "I've always wanted to tell this story," Wallace confirmed back in 2016. "The Passion is the beginning, and there is a lot more of the story to tell." The evangelical community considers The Passion the biggest movie ever out of Hollywood, and they kept telling us they think a sequel will even be bigger. The sequel will be called The Passion of the Christ Resurrection, which is the first glance seen like a logical approach. Christians believe Jesus died and rose from the dead, and the Passion of the Christ ended with a brief glimpse of the resurrected Jesus. Over the years, however, there has been consistent reports that the resurrection itself will not be the main focus. Rather, the film will focus on the 3 days between Jesus' death and resurrection, where many Christians believe Jesus descended into hell. In all my years, I have never heard that before, that after his crucifixion, he descended into hell. But in doing some research for this article, I did find that at least in one reference, the Apostles' Creed, there was reference to Jesus after his crucifixion descending into hell, but there was no mention in the texts about him liberating the dead from hell. That was a quote from the text I was reading from. And if you're interested, that was from the Bible Study Tools. Did Jesus actually descend into hell? The Passion of the Christ had many scenes that weren't drawn from the Bible, drawn from the Catholic visionaries such as Mary of Jesus of Agreda, 1602 through 1665, and Anne Catherine of Emmerich. The latter is particularly important. It is that she had a vision of the events known by the Catholic theologians as the harrowing of hell, in which Jesus descended into hell and tore down its walls, declaring war on the devil and his kingdom. It is important to note that such events are only alluded to in just a few versions of the Bible, meaning that particular idea has generated a great deal of debate among Christians. if Gibson does indeed focus on the heroine of hell, it may well find it much more difficult uniting evangelicals behind him this time. Okay, so I found this article very interesting. I mean, again, there was talk about Jesus descending into hell after he was crucified. And as I said before, this is the first time I've ever heard about that. Beyond that, I'm looking forward to this new movie when it does come out. Tell me what you think. Are you ready for this one? And do you think there's going to be as big of a public wanting for it as the Passion of the Christ, the original, was? Tell me what you think and drop comments below. Let me know. I'm W.F.S, your doctor, and until the next time, my friends, God bless.